Good morning, everybody. Welcome to a voting session for the Transportation and Environment Subcommittee on Appropriations. We have one bill today. It is the bill of our Vice Chair, Delegate Chang. So I will actually turn it over to him to discuss HB 878. Mr. Vice Chair.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman and Madam Vice Chairman and members of the Transportation and Environment Subcommittee. I appreciate the opportunity to be able to have the voting session for House Bill 878. It's a Bay Restoration Fund County Authority to incur indebtedness. What the bill does, it's enabling legislation, it allows the counties to issue notes, and the net proceeds sales from those notes, those would go directly to help out with grants and loans to the residents for their septic tanks, specifically for BATs, best available technology. And then also the proceeds would go to refund one or more issues of the notes. There are amendments to the bill. The first amendment would allow also, in addition to the BAT septic tanks, that would go also, the net proceeds could also go to with on-site construction, engineering, and also the drain fields. And then the second amendment would deal specifically with her clarification that the net proceeds of the sales would go to specifically the refunds of the notes that were issued for the Bay Restoration Fund. And again, this is enabling legislation, and that the counties would base these notes on the anticipation of the funds that would come from the Bay Restoration Fund. From a macro level, there's $115 million on average right now from the Bay Restoration Fund that is allocated to the counties. And and of that $115 million of the Bay Restoration Fund, $15 million is allocated to the counties. Now, from our analysis that we've seen with MDE and also from DLS, there are some discrepancies that are being worked out right now at the agency and also with the DLS as far as what's actually in the Bay Restoration Fund, but that's what that would help to do. And all the counties all across the state receive funding from the Bay Restoration Fund. For example, to address the committee members here in Howard County, $134,000 goes to the Bay Restoration, to septic tank funding from the Bay Restoration Fund. In Carroll County, it's $286,000 to the general lead, the Madam Vice Chair. As she mentioned, she's very attuned to how this program operates, and Frederick County receives $240,000. Mr. Chairman, $159,000 of this funding goes to Montgomery County, and then to the gentleman from Baltimore County, $406,000 goes to that. So thank you so much for considering this bill, and I ask that as far as the amendments, that we move the amendments.
Second. These would be revenue bonds based on with the income from the fund collateral.
In the anticipation of the Bay Restoration Fund, there would be issuance of notes, right?
Okay, thank you.
So not general obligation, I think, is
right. Exactly.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. So let's just adopt the amendments, and we can have any further discussion we need to have. All in favor of the amendment signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay. Any just before we tee it up for a vote, does anybody have any questions or discussion on the bill? Okay.
I just like to say, take care of this.
I'll take that as a motion to move the bill, Delegate Metzger. Thank you. Delegate Metzger moves the bill.
Second.
Absolutely.
Delegate Kittleman seconds. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Anyone opposed?
Aye.
All right, the bill as amended passes, and I think it'll be before the full committee at our voting session tomorrow.
Great.
Great.
All right.
Thank you very much,
All right,
Mr.
just
Chairman.
remind everybody we have
members of the committee.
Thank you, Mr. Vice Chair, for bringing the bill. And just a reminder of everybody, we have a subcommittee. I believe it's at 1:30 today with our remaining agencies.
Great. Okay. Are we still doing the pre-meet?
I think just keep an eye on your email for any other meetings.
Okay.
All right. So
All
I'll
right,
see you all later today. Thank you all.